What's going on, good people? It is the Bad Wolf, and we are on Bad Wolf Unrestricted. So, some of the topics that I get for these reviews, and giving my particular take, insights, experience, a lot of them come from like TikTok, some YouTube channels, Kevin Samuels, and then just, some of the videos that some females or males or combos of talk about on their channels and like to bring it back here to give my take on them. Because the difference is I'm not putting this out, none of this content out, little bug, um, for glitz and glamour. It's truly to actually help people, males and females, to understand things a lot better and for certain individuals to have a, a deeper overstanding and for some people to grow forward into truth and to get to be um, the women or the men that they need to. Now, when I say stuff like this, it doesn't mean that when I call somebody an adult sized boy or an adult sized girl, it doesn't necessarily mean that that person is useless or that per se they have a less value. Okay. What it is, it's me just saying that in certain ways, or in a majority of the ways, or in some cases, all of their ways are subpar. Now, nobody's perfect, myself included, but it has taken many years for me to get polished to where I am, and younger me would be very impressed with where I'm at now. My mother as well. So this particular video is going to be about high value males. Okay. So a lot of females out there want the six pack, 6 foot, 6 inch, um, six figure male. All right. And I've already made some videos on the psychology of that and what that entails. So in this one, and I'll say this, a majority, if not damn near all of the women I've dated previously, and my present one excluded in this because we're going to look at that as a we're in the story now, so I can't say what I've dated and then how they move while including her while it's going on. But and I will say this, I'm not a top tier, high profile male, but I'm in the basket of that 5 or 3%, okay, for all the reasons. So definitely not in the 1%. But that being stated, I had to build myself up to that point. So I learned along the way what so when females are asking to be with a guy like that, a lot of females don't realize the amount of work that it takes to become that male. First of all, it takes a lot of work, a lot of discipline, and most guys will probably never achieve that. So for those that do break through, they tend to be in high demand. Doesn't mean that they're all still, yeah, even though they're a high value male, doesn't mean that some of them still aren't adult sized boys. Okay. So I know it kind of sounds like an oxymoron. That's how I normally explain it. But there are ones who you can have adult sized boys who have a lot of money. They're male. They look like a man. They got a nice car, house, other stuff is paid for and whatever else. That doesn't make them a great man. It still makes them boy minded. And the same thing for females. So in this particular video, we're not going to focus in on that particular male psyche. We're just going to look at the females who are wanting to be there and how any female can dress the part, look the part, big boobs, big butt, or whatever it is, skinny, small, whatever you're into, it doesn't matter. What I want to get to is that a lot of females have never been a either high net worth female woman, or they've never been with that level of quality and character and caliber of that kind of man. To just want to be there, it's a new world. You're talking about a male who can have his choice of women. He can buy women. He may want more than one. He may be working a lot. He may expect you to make him look good. So for a lot of females out there who just want to be rich, or with a guy, especially who's rich and financing your ways, you have to understand that what you're asking for is rare, and that type of guy is going to have specific tastes. Some are going to be normal, some are going to be weird. If he's a healthy man, then most of that should all be within normal reason. And he's going to make time for you, but then you also have to understand there's going to be times where he's going to be busy. He may have to take off, he may have to leave. Some guys like that want more than one woman, one here, or you to get along with another one, or another one in you have to be okay with another one that he might be going to see in another country, another state. Now, I'm not saying they all work like that by no means. I'm just saying that, like, when you have your cream of the crop pick, that comes along with the territory. Now, some females may be bothered by what I just said, but understand this: most females out there right now are ready getting that benefit because you're a female, you've got a vagina, and with if you're a six or higher, especially if you're a seven, and you wear some makeup that elevates you to, if you're a six, goes to a seven or eight, seven can go to eight or nine, eight goes to a nine. I don't believe in tens. I've never met a female or man that I thought was just perfect in all their ways and whatever else. It's an oxymoron. You're not an angel. You're not a super whatever else. But hey, call yourself what you want to. It's not my business. I'm just saying, if you think as a female or male that there's anybody else who looks better than you, your favorite star or singer or actress or whatever else, and they look better than you, then you're definitely not a 10. And most of those people you think are tens, when they take the make offs, they're really nines. So, like I said, I really don't believe in tens. Um, but females are born with inherent worth. Males, like myself, we have to work for it. You can look good and that'll get you some, action, but your financial worth, people aren't going to be beating your door down unless you're either hung downstairs or you have money. And if you have both, then it's a double, triple effect. Okay, you're a triple threat. So most guys will never reach the point of being a having all of that. But that's okay because the general and average guy is the one, if he is these things, and he is these things, you know, loyal, dedicated, hardworking, working his normal things, coming home, whatever else. This is why females have to have high discernment on who they're going to pick. Doesn't mean that every female out there, which a lot of them do, but not all, should be trying to get these top tier guys, because top tier guys are generally just going to play you. If you're a low five, six, or seven, and you look a little bit better, the way you carry yourself, he's going to know you are not a high value woman. You're not a nine, which is what he's looking for. Okay. He's going to look at your lifestyle, see what you got going on. He's going to look at your car, look at your mentality, and he's going to look at you as a play toy. He's not going to take you serious. Now, that doesn't mean that it can not ever happen. Some guys like that, like females who are, how should we say? We'll say off brand. Okay. So not nines. They want sevens and eights that are just fire personality, and girl next door, knows how to dress, knows how to have discernment, and has all other things within his metric system, his ranking. He doesn't want a girl who's been blown out and blown through. He doesn't want her, I'm a boss babe, and using, oh, you're a narcissist, all that cliche social engineering BS. All right. And he's also going to want, like, for example, and like I said, I have yet to date a girl who who was even ready for anything higher. But at the same time, when I was dating those girls, I also didn't have a whole lot of anything like like financially, I was blessed in other areas, but not. I didn't have the cars and the access and things of that nature, and I'm still not like I said, top notch, but I'm okay, definitely way over average. So, but I would still be around those kind of people, and I would put on the part. But when it came to like, all right, let's just take our boats, let's just take our cars, and let's go here, and let's I'll race you to Greece type shit. Like I was like, well, I'm busy that weekend. All right, so but it would be things like for a solid person, and you can be this way with even a regular average male and on up. A lot of females who have high quality, high caliber, they're they're the ones that, and I know how this is going to sound at first to some females out there, okay? But let hear me out. The female's job is to cater to the man and provide him with what he needs, and she should be making him look good, making him look great, making him look like the most important room person in that room. When everybody's looking at her, she should be looking at him. She should know how to be a lady. She should know how to be in personal times his therapist, his freak, his all that. She should, and if you have kids, yes, of course, you're going to take care of the kids, but the female should base her movements off of the man in as far as taking care of, does he want me to take care of the kids first? Does he want me to take care of him first? Okay. And sometimes that may change, but she needs to balance that because if all the time I'm going by her and she's always making the kids dinner or whatever else before me, in some cases that's fine. In some cases, I want to be the one because when the kids grow up and they're doing their own thing with their people, I don't then suddenly want to be your number one. Your man should be your number one. However, that does not mean your kids are not also number one. All of these people should be number one in your life with an emphasis on the kids overall. But if the guy is the one taking care of you and the kids, you need to be making sure he's taken care of. You should be basing things on how learning him and how he moves. I'm the kind of guy where both are okay. Neither one of them should be done all the time. That's my character. She should learn that. Now, some guys, they're not like me. They want all of it all the time. Matter of fact, if you have kids and you think you're gonna be the high value man, he's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of you and all your kids. Generally, they don't want that. They want ease of access to you. Like one girl I dated years ago, was a stripper, right? So she would always tell me like, oh, these guys are like, they'll fly me here, they'll fly me there, they'll give me money. But these are the same guys that at the end of those nights, and I don't know how the clubs are doing now. I think they're kind of gone down. But in those days, there's a lot of people in the club, and yet they wouldn't, wealthy people, right? I can fly you out, I can do all these things. I'm a high net worth man, blah blah blah. All that's right, right. But you're at a titty club or bar during the week, and you're not giving a girl or a female more than $1 or even $1, or you're making her work super hard for a freaking dollar. But then in some of these girls' minds, they're like, well, but he said he would. Yeah, but he wouldn't tip you $1. And then he's going to find out like what he wants you to do is go home with him or he'll pay for the hotel to have sex with you, but he's not going to tip you. So not going to tip you there. Going to promise you a couple $100. You go to the hotel, you let him do his business in you, and hope that you don't get pregnant or an STD or whatever else, or his wife finds out, or whatever it might be. All these problems that come along with it. But it sounds hot in the moment. I've been there. I've been the bad boy. I've been the bad guy. How do you think I know these things? So you do those things, and then the moment he finds out you're not accessible the way he wants you to, or you're not as uh, open to whatever activities of the adult nature that he might want you to do, or you have to see where your kids are, or maybe get the baby daddies to take care of the kids while he allegedly flies you to another country or something. They're not doing that. He's going to be like, I'm too busy. Most of those guys don't really jet set like that. The guys who really do that, they're picking up girls from out there. They're not picking up ones that work strip clubs during the week and then they're going to really actually fly you out. They're going to Uber you, maybe drive you to the hotel and then maybe get you an Uber home. Like almost all of us guys, we know this as a laughing thing. So when we see girls fall for that, we're like, wow, you are stupid. Your discernment is very low. But anyway, I digress. So a lady, and there's a difference out there, but a lady, if he takes her out somewhere nice, she should be able to ask him, hey, are there anybody, like, especially if he's going to be business minded. So she needs to be business minded too. She doesn't have to keep up with him and how he moves, but she should be complimenting him. Babe, which one of these people is your boss? Is anybody we should be worried about? What's up with these people? She should be trying to make him look good. These are the things that I haven't even got to be able to do or see from a female because most of them have been average females, which there's nothing wrong with that. But then if you don't already know these movements and characteristics you should have each level for the higher levels of the man that you want, then you need to be open to learning them. Now, this video is not about this segment, but I will say this because I know there's going to be some females with, little her. All right. A man should be providing and complimenting his woman as well. Okay. So I'm not going to ever say that it's just one way. All right. Not like some of these talk shows and whatever else. Everything should be in balance. But like one girl I was talking to, I think she was only like 20, and she was like, well, men should listen to women. And I really wanted to say, I had to remember where she's at in life and that she's still growing and learning. And I'm not her dad or her boyfriend or whatever else. So, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, you're 20. You've been with one guy and he was an adult, not even an adult yet, really. He's a boy, can't even drink. So your expertise is coming from your mom, and your mom doesn't have a great track record. You've never been with a man, and your mom's never been with a man, and most females, unfortunately, sadly enough, have never had a solid, good, healthy, well-rounded, masculine, but embraces his feminine side, male, adult, man. And unfortunately, there's not a the world's cup does not runneth over with that. Okay, at least not in my area. I don't see too many. But there also is a shortage of females out there who are full grown, healthy, well rounded women who are in their feminine, but have a healthy grasp and level of masculinity. It's like the yin and yang symbol, the black and the white with the black. That's balance. And then you take each one of those sides and put it together, and then that's balance. A lot of females think because they have a vagina that makes them a woman. That is not how it works. It makes you female. Not many females who can have offspring or kids can be a mother. Not all of them are moms. Do you see what I'm saying? So once again, if anything I say hurts you guys, hey, go heal that spot. It is what it is. It's not here about attacks. It's just the truth. And it may hurt. I mean, hell, if me now could talk to me 10 years ago, oh, I would hurt my own feelings. There are so many things that I've matured through, like even this last week of learning. I continue to try to grow and read self-help books and all that. I mean, hell, you guys see I've got a ton of books. You can see it all over. So we're all continuously growing, but if you're going to ask for a high net worth man, you yourself have to have something that is high worth. Just having vagina, two-thirds of the population have has that, and hell, even males out there are converting themselves to having that. So the female overall, if you look at it on a business numeric aspect of worth, is being depleted. The value is going down. And then you look at, I can't even open my Facebook without seeing some ass cheeks and some or some girl on Instagram flashing her cooter. I'm not saying all of them are easy to get, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? In the old days, guys, when they would flash their pecker or something like that, they were considered perverts and they were ran out of town. But now a lot of females out there have become perverts. Now, you're not going to hear me cry too much for looking at boobs and butt and vajayjay, but I'm just saying. All right. So, but that's also a country problem because our country has been so suppressed. I mean, when I was over in Europe, I mean, they were showing boobs while selling orange juice, just girls with titties out and orange juice. You're like, huh. Took me about a week and a half before I was like, oh, okay, titties. Other than that, at first I was like, huh, huh, huh. So I know I probably couldn't go to a beach because I'd be like, but after a while, you're like, okay, I'm getting kind of used to it. And that's what a lot of places are over in Europe is like all the people, the kids are raised around it, you're used to it. You're used to drinking wine for dinner every night. So they're just used to it. But our country is very suppressed. And yet behind closed doors, it's a freak ass country, just not in the public. So it is what it is. Um, so I can't speak on what high net worth women want. I've met very few, but I do hold everything I just said here in the reverse regard that as a man that she chooses to be in her life, that like she may want the same things. A male here, a male there, an escort. Maybe she wants you loyal and ready. I mean, and so as a male, if you want that in life, then that is the cost to be with the boss. When those two types of people get together, and that's usually why they do that. Why do you think that the male high net worth kind of, I call it, slapping baby seals, uh, takes the average girl who dolls herself up, beats her guts in, and then tosses her back in into the pool while deflowering or devaluing her generally, causing her to not be able to bond with other people and trust and whatever else because he either wants to devalue her in general to raise himself or to um, turn her out, as many males will say. So then she's a hoe, and it's just she's providing that community service for other males out there to earn their stripes. See, females not like this, may not like this part. I'm not saying that you're not sexual beings and that you shouldn't be able to do what you want to do. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, females don't have to earn their stripes. You're not ever going to find a guy who goes, oh, yeah, I'm so glad you slept with 20 guys, so you're ready for me. You're giving away gold. You don't have to go, oh, hey, does anybody want this? Everybody wants it. Once again, live your life how you see fit. I'm just saying, like, if you think that, oh, you break up with your boyfriend or some guy, I'm gonna hurt him by, sleeping with 20 guys. It's not hurting him. Matter of fact, you actually just confirmed why in his mind he didn't want to be with you because he knew you were weak-minded and a hoe. Now, is that 100% true? Probably not, but that's how a majority of guys think. and that is our reality, and we're going to hold on to it like as such. Now, maybe if you're going to play games, you're going to sleep with one of his friends, that will hurt. Been there, done that. Did that, had it done to me, right? You still don't win because now he's not going to ever want you back. And it hurt him for the moment, but he's going to get over that. And you just ranked up his friend, and now they're probably, I mean, depending on the guy, they're gonna just high five and say, "Yeah, we got that ass," or he's gonna say, "You know what? Y'all can do that. I'm over here." And then this guy, that same guy, is just gonna go out there and become. He's gonna work harder at becoming a top tier male. So you're not really doing him any damage. The best thing you could do, in all honesty, would be to go to him and ask him what you did wrong and just say, speak honestly. Hey, I would love to get back with you, but you probably don't want to do that. So I'm okay. But much like a business, can you be a man and just give me the top couple of reasons as to why we fell apart so that I can grow and become a better woman? Help me. Like, and if I was a female, and I'd be like, look, I gave you plenty of ass. Okay. I know that's what you males are into. And I thought we had something there. So I just really want to know, was it like I'm not good enough in bed? Is it my outlook? Am I too clingy? Whatever it is, get your, as in the business world, they call it your exit strategy. You're leaving, or there might that's a better word for it. Some people call that the exit interview, I believe is the correct term. So yeah, just do your interview, find out what it was. Was it another girl? If so, what did she have that I didn't? Et cetera, et cetera. So these are just general guidelines. Use them as you see fit, but especially for the females out there, this is the truth. Most guys know this, and if not, well, then you know it now. Um, but individual results may vary. Do your best. That's all anybody can expect of you. If you guys want more hardcore truth and insights, then hit that bell, like, subscribe. Um, like I said, a lot of guys know a majority of this, but like I said, I do have some other videos where, basically you're going to see me float between helping out ladies and helping out gentlemen. That's what it's going to be. Everybody and anybody can listen to this of all ages. These are all the things that I wish I knew and that somebody would have taught me or told me, shown me if I would have listened at that point in time and I wasn't just like, oh, I know it all. You know what I mean? Um, and if it's not, then hey, I'm sure I'll have some other videos that may benefit you. So with that being said, take care. Happy holidays. I'll talk to you later. Bad Wolf's out.